Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Come one, come all. It is Black History Month, the first Wednesday of February 2026. It's that time again, y'all. It's time for a weekly dose of reality with your boy, TD McCollum. Without any further ado, let's get this show started. Welcome to Unveiled Vibrations, where we come together and have the conversations. I am your host, Mr. TD McCollum. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a night. I'm glad to see you guys in the place one more time. Do me a favor while I have you present with me. Would you kindly hit that like button and share this video? Thank you. Oh boy. Y'all, it is Black History Month now. We is in day 4. I want to know how y'all been, man. How's everything going out there for everybody? As y'all come on in, I'm going to light our candle. Let the vibes begin. Ooh. Those that are new, I welcome you to Unveiled Vibrations. This is a platform where we can come together, talk about things that's happening in the world. And then occasionally I will be up here doing my musical thing. All of it is about resonating with the other side of silence. A lot of us have gone silent because we don't really feel safe talking about the things that we see and hear about in everyday life. And so I wanted to give us a space that we can come together and have the conversation and feel okay to have our views and opinions heard. Um, Near the end of my commentary, I will drop a link in the chat where I will bring people up and we'll have extra conversation about some of the things I shared, if not things that you want to share. So we can converse as a people. Um, who y'all? What a week it has been. Um, for me, since our last time together, um, I took part in a TikTok challenge by the one and only Shasha Jones. And before I get into everything else, I'll let y'all know how I feel about that. What in the heck is going on there? Yeah. Bear with me. I have my technical difficulties going on. Hey, y'all. So, I have music available. It's on all streaming platforms under TD McCollum. And as I mentioned earlier, come up here and have the conversation. Wednesday nights at 8:30 is our time. And we'll have the conversation, or I will be up here uh, playing around with some music. I'm trying to mix and mingle all that together. And um, it's coming together. It's been a slow process. And then, of course, on Saturdays, you can meet me, wifey, aka Prophetic Fire Reiki, and my bro in law, JoJo Speaks. We'll be here 10 a.m. every Saturday morning for prayer, devotion, conversation. Show up. Enjoy us. Tonight I have Mr. Dudlin, Dustin in the house. Dustin Butler says hi. Hi to you, my good friend. We have JoJo Speaks. He says hi, Dustin and Tyrone. I say hello to you too, sir. And please do what JoJo Speaks says here. Please remember to like, share, and comment and subscribe. It helps this channel go a long way. It's growing. We have the lovely Miss Kim. She says, hey, Dustin. And she also says, happy Black History Month, 100 years of Black history. Solid. Yes, indeed. Big ups. And JoJo Speaks says, hey, Miss Kim. And Miss Kim says hello to Jonathan and me. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to bring up my side thread, but technology is not trying to work with me right now. What is this about? Why? Why is it doing that? What has she done? Hmm. Intriguing. I'm gonna have to fix that later because that is a monkey wrench in my plans tonight. Um. Anywho's on my docket tonight, I have several things. I want to talk about a new Marvel TV series called Wonder Man. Also, I'm talking about the Pro Bowl flag football game that was yesterday. And my predictions for this weekend Super Bowl game and a number of other things across social media. Um, how in the world did that happen? What is going on there? Hey y'all, what in the world? Is Instagram down? Instagram.com is down. I thought I was tripping. Hold on. I'm gonna have to do this. I hate to do it, but I'm gonna have to do it. Crap. Cause something ain't clean in the atmosphere. Uh huh. Delete it all over here. Mm-hmm. We're gonna start fresh. Cause that joker should not be doing that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Mm-mm. I know I wasn't tripping. Wild. Absolutely wild. All right. Now I fix that. Dustin Butler said, I would love to talk about this family uh mother gone missing. Um yes. Uh I'm gonna have a whole separate thing for that, Dustin. Uh I will be bringing you up for that. Um when I say I was tapping out of politics, I meant it. Yes, Miss Kim, I heard you. 15 minutes ago, I found out the government was partially shut down. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna need you to come up, Miss Kim, to talk about that. I did not know about that. Um, ooh, that's juicy. That there is juicy. Um, what the? Yeah, all that is jacked up now. When I say jacked up, that is jacked up. What happened? See, man. All right. Um. So, about a week ago, I came up here and I did a video of music production, in which music is one of my passions, and those that know me, know I haven't really been sharing my talent wise out publicly. And I've been turning this new leaf where I will begin to share uh, my musical ideas. And what had happened was I came across this TikTok post from a young lady named Shasha Jones who said she wanted somebody to make a beat to what she had produced. And I took a liking to her voice and what she was doing, the vibe of it. And I took a step out on a limb and decided to try my hand at producing it. And bam, I came up here live um, and kind of finished building out my ideas and sharing it with everyone. Uh, released it last Thursday morning, and y'all, I was so excited for this moment. Um, if you go to my community page, uh, repost it there. Um, the initial video, but then I showed her some love and posted her link to her original song. It's a cappella. For those that don't know, that's just vocals. Uh, it is quite unique um, collection of vocals that she put together there, and is a very decent song. I love it what she did with it. And y'all see this? I shared it and tagged her, and she reshared it, showing the community some love out there. And I wasn't the only one that she's reshared. Um, she shared a lot of producers, online producers, jumped on this, and I had a blast making a go-go beat around her vocals. Um, it did challenge me a little bit, and I appreciate the challenge. And the very thing that sparked it for me to even do it was what she said. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get out there and do it. And I really appreciate hearing that from somebody that was struggling to trying to, you know, build on something that she put out. And then ultimately she stuck with what she felt and went with that. Um, that's something I'm looking to try and do myself is kind of just stick to my guns. If I feel it and it feels good to me, I will go with it. And I appreciate her for doing that. Hey, yeah. Miss Kim says, "Is Wonder Man a male Wonder Woman?" Part of my ignorance. Okay, there is a Wonder Woman which is affiliated with DC Comics, and there is a Wonder Man affiliated with Marvel Comics. Wonder Man is a the original Wonder Man was a bit of a sci-fi galactical kind of character, um, fighting aliens and such like that. And what Marvel has done on Disney Plus recently has uh, combined a superhero into a bit of a sitcom type of retro, maybe semi 90s behind the scenes of up and coming struggling actor that so happens to have superpowers. And the current climate in the Marvel universe is people with superpowers are kind of outlawed from using their powers, and the folk that they deem to be dangerous are on this watch list, and they're trying to capture them before they hurt people. And the character in this particular series, the main character is the black guy. Um, he grew up in a Haitian household, and not knowing where his source of power came from or anything like that. I'm assuming that because they didn't tell us his origin of his power set, that he's a natural born mutant. Um, and this is something that has been unfolding in the background of Marvel lately. They've been dropping little breadcrumbs towards this mutant saga. And to me, this feels like another addition into that. Um, we meet the main character. I forget his actual character's name at the moment. Um, as he was totally bombing at a gig that he had, um, because he kind of has this quirkiness of he has this whole method of how he wants to approach scenes and getting to building the backstory of the characters that he's playing, and some of that kind of gets in the way of him fulfilling the job at hand. So in a sense, he's like going on set. He has these small little parts in these roles, and he kind of overdoes it, like overproduce the part because he's like, oh well, I need to know the reason behind this, that, and the third, and um, he's going back and forth with the directors and the writers of the show, and at some point they were just like, yeah, we're just going to end your character. They're no longer shooting this scene anymore, and we're just going to say your character died off camera. It's a bit sad, but it's also a little funny to watch someone go through the struggles of trying to find their way and their method towards acting inside of a TV show about a superhero. And what happens is like he's going around to all these different auditions and it's just not working. He ends up completely unemployed at some point and going over to his manager, trying to get some opportunities, and they're like, well, you messed up all these other opportunities in the past. I really can't do anything for you right now. I get back to you later. And in one of the scenes, he happens to see um, a character from a past Marvel films. If you are a fan of the Iron Man movie, it's the third edition of the Iron Man movie, introduce a character known as the Mandarin. Um, the particular character turned out to be an actor portraying a terrorist. To the rest of the world, from that day forth, he was known as this terrorist. And unfortunately for him, it has been difficult for him to find employment because he was on this terrorist watch list as the Mandarin. And we find out later on that he got arrested for that and was supposed to do time, but somehow, some way, he uh, eludes authorities and winds up in the Shang-Chi movie as the court jester and comedic relief. And he would act around different parts of different Shakespeare scenes and all kinds of stuff for the real Mandarin, which was Shang-Chi's father in that movie. If you haven't seen those two, going into this, you may be a little lost. And I'm talking about this Wonder Man. You may be a little bit lost on who Trevor is without watching those two. And so we're kind of picking up the pieces with him on that, and he gets wind of uh, on a phone call that there's a upcoming movie being shot by the original person who shot the movie Wonder Man from way back in the like 80s, in which our main character was a fan of and had watched with his father. And they're in the movie theater, and our main character overhears this conversation with him, and he's like, "Hey, Wonder Man, huh? Okay, where's that at?" And he goes back to his agent manager trying to get in on that because he felt like he's has related to this character all of his life, and um, being such a fan of the Wonder Man character, he felt like that role was exactly written for him, and I need to get in there by any means necessary. And he finds himself doing some nefarious things, and eventually lands a audition spot by calling and disguising his voice as his agent, and stealing emails and calling other people to vouch for him to get him in there. And it's hilarious of a transition um, to him eventually landing the part. Um, there are some moments in which Marvel kind of hints at what his power could possibly be. They don't really tell you exactly what his power set. Um, what I perceive his power is very cosmic like, and um, it's more like a burst of energy that he can manipulate within a certain space. And what became real interesting story wise was the dynamic between his character and the Trevor character, as they both kind of lean on each other. Trevor, in a sense of reconnecting with humanity, and with the Wonder Man's um, character, he kind of needed hope again, and he had zero friends, and befriending Trevor kind of gave him hope that he could actually do what he wanted to do and love, which was acting. It's a great dynamic to see on camera, and in classic movie fashion, there's this whole betrayal moment that comes out, and you're like, "Oh, you're trying to sell me out to the fuzz, man. I trusted you," and all that kind of stuff comes out, and they go back and forth. But the redeeming factor is like, "Hey, man, you." Trevor tells him, "You were meant for this role. You're bloody damn good at it, man, and you should do it." And he does him a favor. There's this underarching villain that's revealed called the gosh, I'm drawing a blank on them. Damage control. Ah, yeah. So damage control was this organization within the government that will go out and clean up the mess. They're the ones that's responsible for cleaning up New York after when the first Avengers movie came. And other places like Largos, where they blew up a hospital and the Soviet Accords and all that came about, in which people had to register their powers and be on this whole watch list, and you couldn't participate in using your powers unless you are a part of the government. And there was a episode where they kind of go through um, this new document that has been going around Hollywood, where if you're a superpower individual, you have to disclose that you have superpowers. Um, and if you don't, you kind of pretty much setting yourself up to be fired. And the rule is now at this state, because of what happened with this particular character that um, they were talking about in this episode. He was pretty much a nobody, taken off the street, introduced into Hollywood lifestyle, and something goes wrong with his powers one day, and they've deemed it this clause where if you have a superpower, you can't act anymore. And our main character had been fearful of the whole Hollywood world finding out about his super abilities and him not being able to fulfill his dream of being an actor, which is great because summing up this whole thing, he eventually does uh, display these abilities, but with the grace of his friend Trevor, he kind of steps in and takes the fall for the damage that was done as his original role that we all were introduced to as the Mandarin, and said, "Yeah, I got you guys fooled. I'm still that guy. Y'all will fear me." And takes the fall for the damage done, and of course gets locked up. And our hero, now known as the Wonder Man, then goes and finishes the movie and becomes this highly acclaimed actor from it. And one of his I would say biggest and notable things that he does before the end of the show is to make do on getting his buddy out of captivity. And I'm intrigued. I think Marvel has a good thing here with this show. I'm not sure what they will be able to do with it season two wise because of where things were left off after season one. Um, Pretty much, I'm telling y'all the bulk of it. Spoiler. I'm sorry. I should have said spoiler alert. Uh, I'm a big Marvel fan, and I love what they're trying to do now is kind of build the breadcrumbs of a future Marvel universe as they're hitting the reset button. And I truly believe with this, um, they are heading in a new and improved direction, because it's more personable as far as that what we are seeing from each character. Like we kind of spend some time in their backstory a little bit, even if they don't tell us everything, we kind of get the gist of their lifestyle as a person versus the hero. And I think nowadays, um, that formula is something that will work for Marvel. As you know, in the past, they kind of rushed some of the characters being introduced, even though they did a beautiful job of rolling out things with the Iron Man movie, going into Thor movie, going back to Captain America movie before going to the Avengers movie to kind of build up things. And they kind of lost that magic after, I would say, Endgame, because they built up so much towards Avengers Endgame, and they kind of left them where nowhere to go but down. And so I'm believing that Marvel is going to turn this around, especially with this year's biggest movie coming out, Avengers Doomsday. And on Avengers Doomsday, we have our buddy old pal Robert Downey Jr. returning. And he is playing Doctor Doom. Um, in some sort of way, we're kind of trying to figure out if um, Wonder Man may play a part in that or not, because of his proximity to certain characters that are on this Avengers Doomsday roster. Um, we're supposed to be getting a Super Bowl Sunday trailer over, I'll say, since December, when Avatar came out. Marvel has dropped 4 trailer teasers leading up to this point, and we're just trying to wait and figure out where the Russo brothers, the directors of Avengers Endgame, have been brought back now to be over the current movie that's coming out in December of this year. And I'm excited to see where they're gonna go with things. Because with Robert Downey Jr. returning as a villain, there's a lot to kind of figure out why and when and what is he going to do. Doctor Doom is this character that is from the Fantastic Four universe as one of their big villains. And comic book wise, there is a couple stories where he crossed paths with multiple characters from the Avengers roster. And I think as this movie kind of progresses and unfolds throughout the year, as far as what they want to reveal to the audience, the fandom excitement will go through the roof, because not only do we have that coming out, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out, I believe sometime this summer. I think it was slated for July, I believe. June or July of this year. And this is supposed to be the leading movie towards that. And there's a lot going on with Marvel. Um, I'm I've been on the fence about talking about Marvel because it's a bit of a rabbit hole in general, because there's so much that has been done with them over the years. Um, and there's so much to talk about because the projects that they've put out since Avengers Endgame have been more misses than hits. And I know a lot of the fans are kind of curious of how can they turn the ship around and whether Disney will allow them the full control of that wheel is a little difficult to navigate. I'm wishing them the best as a Marvel fan. Don't tell nobody I said this though. But right now, I'm sorry to say this. DC got him right now. And I'll tell you why right now. Because DCU with James Gunn, who was the director for movies like Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxies for Marvel. Suicide Squad DC, Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel. Um, his storytelling is something that is out of this world, and he has a way of putting a bunch of characters around and making you love, I mean, truly like fall in love with those characters. With the recent Superman as the reboot of the DCU, it is astonishing what he did with that movie. And it has, in my opinion, uh, given DC fandom a reason to spend their money in the box office. Kudos to DC. They have a movie coming out this year, which is Supergirl, which is she was introduced near the end of the Superman movie. And these were some of the things that Marvel did great. If they had a new character that they wanted to introduce, they introduced them in a previous movie before giving them a full out tour of duty in a movie. So we kind of know what they're about, who they are, and what to expect from them. And this rollout with DC introducing Superman, then Superwoman, and along with, I mean, Supergirl. Sorry, it's it's a lot of supers. Nah. Along with Supergirl, they're also introducing Jason Momoa's new character, who used to be Aquaman. He is now becoming Lobo. Um, I don't really know too much about the Lobo character, but I do know that he's like an anti-hero kind of sometimes. He's a little weird, quirky, and it'll be a stark difference between Aquaman, Jason Momoa, and Jason Momoa Lobo. And I know the fans are gonna love this character because he actually wanted to be Lobo this entire time. He didn't want to be Aquaman. And that was shocking to find out. Like, okay, let's see how this goes. And that's all I can say at the end of the day. Let's see how this goes, y'all. Amen. Sunday, Super Bowl commercials are gonna be lit. As far as all the movie trailers that's coming out and all the regular run of the mill stuff that's going on with uh Super Bowl Sunday. Speaking of football, last I believe it was last night. Yeah, last night there was the Pro Bowl, and I don't know how long they've been doing this. If this is something new, but they had a flag football game instead of a full padded game, and I watched the highlights of that today, and I was laughing my butt off because these guys looked like they were having a ball. The NFC ended up winning 66-52. I'm like, good God, boy. I guess that's kind of expected with flag football. It's more like backyard football games where, you know, you get to run around and do a bunch of fun stuff like trick plays and such. And it was great to see players like what's his name? Dak Prescott out there playing and smiling. You had Shador Sanders, who had uh, from the highlights I saw a really good game. He had some solid throws out there, displaying his real talent, and you can see him out there interacting with the other players and smiling. Seeing Shador Sanders smile and be a part of the brotherhood of the NFL, I felt so much better about him and his future in the NFL. Because I tell you, it kind of sickened me and how he was being treated up there in Cleveland. And I'm not a Cleveland fan. I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I'll get on that Baltimore Ravens stuff eventually. I'm kind of on the fence because Baltimore needed to go in a different direction, offensive wise. Unfortunately, they did not choose to stick with the coach that they had, John Harbaugh, for the last 18 years. And it happens. Wish him the best. He got us our second Super Bowl win in franchise history, and I am happy for that. I'll say it like this. I'm hopeful for the future. I need to dig a little more into this new coach before I really dive in up here and talk about the Baltimore Ravens and what I see coming. Amen. Um, Super Bowl Sunday is coming this Sunday, and we have the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. After watching both of these teams traverse through this season, I'm excited for this Sunday's game. And one thing I will say for sure, um, somebody got to win. I don't want this game to go into two overtimes on Sunday. No. That's what I don't want. Will it happen? It's possible because both of these teams' offenses are set up to score very fast. Now, on the defensive side, both defenses a really locked down, aggressive, blitzing, and attacking the quarterback. So, knowing that, my prediction is kind of leaning towards this being kind of a little boring game at first. And I'll tell you why. When two defenses that are very strong and very aggressive with their playing style and an offense that can't handle that, there's nobody moving the ball up and down the field. That means there's constant punts and field goals. And this is something that I kind of feel will happen for at least the first half of the game. Most of the first half of the game. There won't be any big high scores. Now, the second half is where I'm kind of really hoping that New England will begin to unravel and the Seattle Seahawks begin to shine. Because the Seattle Seahawks hadn't been to the Super Bowl since, and I say since, Russell Wilson took them there. And I know there are some people that will say, oh, no. It wasn't Russell that got them there. It was our buddy old pal, the running back. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Beast mode. Mr. Beast mode is who really got him there. And Pete Carroll and boys, instead of putting the ball into the one that got him there in his hands to try and win that game, they decided they was going to throw the ball and then got intercepted at the goal line. And they lost the game. Joke's on you. I mean, what else do you expect to happen? Like, it's like, you know what is the formula to making great chicken. And all of a sudden you just, yeah, I'm going to throw something else in there this time. Everybody been just eating it up, loving what you're doing, and you just like, man. Instead of using flour like I usually do, I'm going to use this shake and bake. And then you're like, oh no, it didn't come out the way I wanted it. It's you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself on that one. Because you should have stuck to the formula. It is what it is. Patriots won then. I'm hoping the Patriots will not win this time. It's just my hopes. But they have a great team. And understanding that they have the desire to win. And the only reason why I would like the Patriots to win is for Cardi B. Because her man plays for the Patriots, and I just want to see them happy. That's all. I don't want nothing to fuel any salt coming her way, especially now that she about to start up her tour this year, y'all. I wouldn't. It would be great to have her, have that as a great send off, a kickoff to her going on tour. To have her man win the Super Bowl. And I got to talk about this Super Bowl Sunday halftime show. Bad Bunny. Everybody out here is losing their daggone mind, MAGA included, about halftime being in Spanish. To the point that those other folks over there decided that they wanted to host another Super Bowl halftime show. Um, my thoughts and feelings on that is I think that might become the new norm as we are a country of division right now. And it's an unfortunate thing, you know, that we can't celebrate the moment that brought us together as a people. Sports, man, it's something that can bring us all together. We and the fact that the U.S. owns owns Puerto Rico as a territory and not consider them American, and therefore not considering Bad Bunny an American is just stupid. Absolutely stupid. And for what? Because his language, his native language, isn't English. What we find out about this is it's because people are uncomfortable with what they don't know. They don't know Spanish, and therefore they're uncomfortable with not knowing. And because they don't know, they feel threatened. And out of those threats, they feel they have to retaliate. And they go to the extremes. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate. And JoJo says, I love the Superman movie. It was a great film, man. Absolutely great film. I saw it on a cruise ship and I was just in awe. Great action, great comedic flair, and then a little emotional moments here and there. He did his thing. Miss Kim said, so did I, Jonathan. Oh, I'm sorry. I might have been me misreading that. It was such a feel good movie. The whole family could enjoy. New Superman is fine. Hey, look, I I'm a little sad that they couldn't make Henry Cavill their Superman, but I get it. It's a whole different direction, and sometimes you need a little change. Miss Kim said, Jason Momoa. Yeah, buddy. He coming back with a new character, and this time, Miss Kim, he'll be able to show off more muscle for what they were saying. I personally I don't care. As long as he's acting good, I don't be thinking about that. Supergirl, um, she won't be anything household to really running rant about as far as the fellas goes. So I mean, I think ultimately James Gunn was using Jason Momoa for y'all. I mean, the dudes are gonna go see it just to go see it. They're not. Well, I don't know. Some of them dudes out there is going they gonna freak out and go goo goo gaga over Supergirl. Eh, not my cup of tea. I'm more Wonder Woman. Gal did that. She did her thing. I want them to keep her. Ugh, I want them to keep her so bad, but I don't think they're gonna keep her. I think her days as Wonder Woman are over. See, Miss Kevin, he agrees with JoJo Speaks agrees with Miss Kill. Said he is fine, and so is Jason. Hmm. Ah, there it is. Miss Kim says there's going to be a Super Bowl trailer for Michael during the Super Bowl. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm so excited for that movie. Long live the only king of pop. Absolutely. Um, I'll say this, Miss Kim. I had been hearing whispers and rumblings about this movie for years, years on years on years. And I totally forgot that they were supposed to be coming out with that this year. Um, I wonder how, I wonder what the runtime is on that. How long is that movie going to be? Because I'm definitely intrigued on how much they're going to touch on um, in terms of the legal woes, the behind the scenes lovers, quarrels, and everything. Like, I really want to know how much they're going to tap into Michael's story. I agree. JJ. J Star Bray says, I really hope they do Michael right. Absolutely agree. And wish that they do him right for sure. Because this is the king of pop we talking about. Ooh, I wonder if they're gonna reenact the Remember the Time. Um, I don't know if any of you guys may remember. Uh, I forgot what news station that did it. They were invited. I think it was probably E Entertainment News that Entertainment Tonight that did the behind the scenes as they were working on the Remember the Time music video with Eddie Murphy and all of them. I wonder if they're gonna have a reenactment portion of that in this film. It would be dope if they did. Because to me, Remember the Time was one of the most memorable music videos next to Smooth Criminal for me, for Michael. Skip says, I think they will. Ah, I didn't know Antonio was doing it. Okay, it should be good. It should be good. I'm looking forward to that. Michael Jackson, man. Let's go. Um, and JoJo Speaks says, same here, Jennifer. Remember the Time is my favorite Michael Jackson song. Absolutely great song of I'd say one of the greatest songs of all time. Ooh. All right, y'all. This is where things will get a little bit raunchy. These social media streets have been cray. One of the ones I have to applaud that I saw um, over the week in Chicago, the mayor came out and talked about his stats on ice right now. And y'all, I love the energy. I loved it. Because it's what's needed right now. There needs to be some level of pushback. And here we go.
Unnoticed executive order is a step towards justice. This executive order will make Chicago the first city in the country to set the groundwork to prosecute ICE and Border Patrol agents for criminal misconduct. Because we need to send a clear message. If the federal government will not hold these rogue actors accountable, then Chicago will do everything in our power to bring these agents to justice. Yes. As part of this order, our police department will document ICE and Border Patrol activity and attempt to identify officers on the scene. This evidence will then be preserved and, at the direction of my office, will be referred to the state's attorney's office for potential prosecution. The Trump administration has made it clear that they intend to return to our city in force in the coming spring. This order is a step towards making sure that Chicago is prepared. We will continue to learn from and work with other cities across the country as we all confront this moment. As Dr. King predicted more than 60 years ago, Chicago can serve as a model of nonviolent resistance that has the power to arouse the conscience of the nation. And so today, we see a full manifestation of the consciousness of our nation coming to life by way of the greatest city in the world, the city of Chicago.
Y'all, seeing this mayor stand up for his city and stand up against abuse of power, yo, is something I want to applaud. Finding a way where they didn't have a way to combat this originally is something that should be celebrated right now, because as we know, this administration is doing whatever they want to, and being unchecked power is a bit scary. That without the support of our peoples, man, we got a problem, y'all. And I feel like this is a step in the right direction. Right? Let me know what y'all think about that. Marjorie Telegreen.
People are realizing it was all a lie. It was a big lie for the people. What MAGA is really serving is, in this administration, who they're serving is their big donors.
Y'all, I can't hear her no more. Ever since she stepped down, to me, you have no voice anymore. And man, although you're trying to sound her alarm, Marjorie, your fight is done because you left office. You gave up the fight when you left office. So now go on a whole campaign and go from news station to news station. To me, I'm just like, whatever, Marjorie, I don't care anymore. I don't want to hear you. because whatever you're talking about now you want to sound the alarm of the lies when everybody had been talking about all of the lies this whole time. And you're like, oh, you guys are over exaggerating. No, we were telling you what it is and what it was. I love this meme that's on the side. We already knew this, Marjorie. At this point, goodbye. Quit telling us what we already know. Tell us something new. Y'all, I love a good cook up when there's some good truth being told out there. This video right here, a friend of mine sent me this and I said, no lies detected. And I said, I got to share it with y'all. Y'all got to watch this. This right here, especially in Black History Month, is a message that needs to be heard and felt. Watch this.
People are saving everyone by staying home. That's right. The ICE protests. We are saving your asses by not being there. White people, Latino people, even though, yes, they're still targeting you. Asian people. Anybody who is non-black right now has a better chance of surviving an ICE protest because black folks aren't there in large numbers. And
we're not there no more. And let it stay that way. Even after Black History Month, let it stay that way. Black people, stand down, stand by.
Before anybody gets in their feelings, relax. This is love. This is strategy. This is chess, not checkers. Because, let's be honest, Trump, ICE, this whole administration, they are real-life racists. Not theoretical, not academic. They've already shown us the tape. They will watch black people show up peacefully, singing gospel hymns, holding hands, praying, marching like we're in a damn church revival, and
It's
go,
true.
Yup, riot, tear gas, deploy everything, not because we broke anything, not because we burned anything, not because we looted a target, simply because we showed up. And let me be very clear, you do not want what they do to us to happen to you. That's why you're acting surprised right now, because what they did to us actually happened to you, and you don't like it very much. ICE protests have been going on for months. Black people collectively looked at the situation and said, you know what? We want y'all to succeed, and don't insult us by thinking we're not smart. We are elite-level geniuses when it comes to surviving oppression. This country trained us like Navy SEALs in racism.
Y'all, when he said Navy SEALs and racism, I about fell out laughing.
Police have been fascist to us for decades. When we protested on camera, pew-pewing and chokeholding, we were told we were doing too much. When we said defund the police, y'all said, now hold on, let's be reasonable. But now defund ICE makes sense. Funny how that works. When we asked to end qualified immunity, we were told cops have hard jobs and split-second decisions. Cool, so do pilots. They still get consequences when they crash the plane. So, no, we're not showing up. Not because we don't care, but because we do. We're still voting, by the way, at higher percentages than you. So stop asking us to show up and get beat, gassed and shot so you can feel brave for the weekend. We deserve a break, strategically and literally, because when black people show up, the batons come out, the gas comes out, the bullets get real. Black people are safe.
Boy, that right there, black people are saving
Saving everyone.
everyone
I stay.
by staying home. I know we tired. I know we tired because everything that is happening, we told y'all it was gonna happen. Y'all ain't believe us. Now it's happening. Hey, congratulations, you won. Hold that L. I'm gonna chill and let y'all fight this fight. We done. Y'all fix it. And I was big up to black people. We know when to fold them. This fight is too rich for our blood. We out. And what became like very hilarious to me was the arguments that come after it. Like we have seen recently on the Jubilee media, young black man goes on there and has this whole debate between these people, and some of these clips have, if y'all find them on social media, y'all eat. When I talk about cooking, this is cooking.
Tariffs don't raise prices. There was just a study.
What? Why did you put tariffs on a country that we had free trade with? It was free.
Yeah, because they were pumping propaganda into the United States.
They were pumping propaganda into the United
Yes.
States? How?
What do you mean how?
How?
I was like, during the World Series, Canada propaganda to the United States. Of course, we're going to put tariffs on them for that. We
They
shouldn't
showed
have
a commercial of Ronald Reagan in his own words.
Yeah,
so
we
that
shouldn't-
means
we shouldn't
that
have other countries.
So
that
wait
are
a second.
Allies
So
come
wait.
in
So wait a
countersignaling
second.
the president
So
of the
wait a
United
second.
States.
So you just made Americans pay more for everything that comes from Canada because they showed a commercial you didn't like? That sounds like being a snowflake, if you ask me.
We should be holding our allies accountable.
Why are
when they
conservatives so
countersignal the United States
sensitive?
of America.
This is what happens when you have conservative government. They're so sensitive. They're over here raising your prices because they had a commercial that you don't like.
What do you mean tariffs don't raise prices? There was just a study.
What?
I believe Use Chicago that came out that tariffs actually don't raise the prices
Why
of goods.
would you go put tariffs on a country we had free FREE trade with?
I think that we have a strategic advantage of having our lumber industry here in the United States. I don't want to be reliant
What
upon
did these
Canada for our
tariffs
lumber.
do to go and achieve that aim?
Yeah, it makes it more expensive for imports to come to the United States so that businesses can
So
relocate
now-
back to America.
So now, if your disagreement was tariffs on lumber, your answer now is for tariffs on everything.
Again, yeah, you want to establish leverage for future trade agreements. That's how trade agreements work. That's how negotiations work.
And the leverage is to go and charge for something you are getting largely for free.
Make it make sense, people. If you got the whole cow for free, and your thing is, well, they put out some propaganda during the World Series. So now I'm going to charge them to send me the milk from the cow. And then tell me the tariffs ain't increased the price. How, bro? Like I don't understand. Like my man said, it came in for free. Free trade. Now you're gonna be like, oh well, I'm gonna charge them to send me lumber. And my goal is to make people want to buy American lumber so we don't have to pay more for the lumber that's coming from where we used to get it for free. How dumb are we to believe the lie?
Your campaign is going to be struggling after.
Oh,
today.
yeah. Democrat Party is one of the most dishonest, self-serving parties in the history of this country. Well, it's to defend Ilhan Omar. She got in the office with negative net worth of 45,000.
Wait a second. I just want to make sure that something's clear.
No, just explain that to me. No,
Just want to make sure this is right. You're trying to say that someone increasing their net worth
in
is
Congress,
about
yeah.
in government per se is indicative of someone who doesn't care about America, right?
I think enriching yourself on the backs of Americans when you're there to serve is inherently dishonest, corrupt, and it is anti-American.
You think so?
Yeah.
How much has Donald Trump's net worth increased since he's been the president?
I know that he spent for a fact over $600 million in wrongful lawsuits that were brought by Letitia James and all of these crazy Democrats in the judicial.
How much?
How much what?
How much has his net worth increased since he's been president in 2025?
Well, you tell me.
$3.3 billion.
Mm-hmm. He also had
You know what's so funny about that, y'all? This guy is so caught up in hearing his own voice that he cannot hear the truth that is being put in front of him. And then he drank the Kool-Aid so much that nothing matters. It's all their fault. Meanwhile, we're being robbed as a country. It was hilarious to me is like how you would justify it's okay for him to do these things and not okay for those people over there to do this, that, and the third. To say, well, he should be able to do this because he was being sued. Not looking at what he was being sued for. Doesn't make why. How do you justify doing bad things as a good thing? I don't understand it. To see more of that, just look up Isaiah Martin. There is a lot of back and forth. I believe this is like.
I don't think Donald Trump is a Republican personally. I think he's a Democrat, and he's.
Oh, now he's a Democrat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he always has been.
It's news for me.
Really? Maybe
he just ran for president as a Republican. What, 3 times? He's
yeah,
like,
to win. To win.
So he's not a Republican, but he ran as a Republican.
What has he spent his whole life doing?
He's literally so people can't change.
People can't change.
So you're now saying that Donald Trump is not a Republican? That's news to me.
Yeah, I
think
don't
that would
think
be
he
news
is a
for
Republican.
the majority of Americans that are watching him literally just run for president as a Republican 3 times.
You can register as a Republican because you can win as a Republican.
What's so funny about this whole
Okay, give me a laugh.
what conservatives do is that you guys can never take personal responsibility.
Says the people. Says the.
You can't do it.
I'm really sorry, but I can't hear that from the side of the aisle that is pro-choice, who can't even take accountability.
You'll do anything to distract from Doge. You'll do anything to distract. Because that's what we're talking about.
Okay.
You've tried to move the conversation a million different places, but the facts is that you cannot answer for the fact that you didn't go cut the spending that you're talking about. And the government of the United States is spending more money than it did last year. That's a fact that you can't run out of.
I don't think Donald Trump is a Republican.
Whew. In Black History Month, this black man is cooking. Y'all, go and watch these videos from Isaiah Martin on the Jubilee Media in these debates, because there's real conversation that's had there. And unfortunately, I think the propaganda that both sides has fed us have overshadowed the truth. And as people emerge that are truth seekers and presenting these truths, we find that it's rattling the cages of the establishment. And what I mean by the establishment, the things that we all know to be quote unquote real. It's shaking up reality. And then as we pull back the layers of that banana and realize we've been duped, we've been had, I think the awakening that the Black people have been so desperately calling for will happen. But the scary thing is this: they know for a fact that their plan will work. Incite chaos and you'll disrupt the whole system. Steve Bannon said it more than once. The quiet part out loud. And the quiet part is this:
you're damn right. We're going to have ICE surround the polls come November. We're not going to sit here and allow you to steal the country again. And you can whine and cry and throw your toys out of the pram all you want, but we will never again allow an election to be stolen. You're damn right. We're going to have ICE surround the polls come November. We're not going to sit here and allow you to steal the country again. And you can whine and cry and throw your toys out of the pram all you want, but we will never again allow an election to be stolen. You're damn.
Here they are planting the seeds of disruption. The election will be stolen. The election was stolen again. We're going to stop it from being stolen again. They're telling us out loud, the quiet part: we're going to steal the election by telling you that we're trying to prevent this from happening. And people are going to believe this. And I'm like, all right, go ahead. Believe what you think you're seeing. You may need to take off those rose-colored eyeglasses for once in your life. And let's look at reality. The reality is democracy as we've known it is over. And I like to end the thing tonight with something funny. I don't know how many of y'all probably seen this fight here, but oh my God. As a bald-headed man, I was embarrassed to see this. For him to go out there and get his wig knocked off. He knocked your wig off, man. Splitting wig in the fight. I screamed and hollered when I saw this. I don't know how many of y'all probably seen it too, but I'm happy he won this fight because If he had lost this fight, that would have been 2 L's in one fight. And I'd be like, bruh, retire. Don't come back out here. No more. And now he been going on all these interviews with the toupee off. And y'all, I'm like, hey man, just cut it all off, man. Quit playing, man. Don't do this now. Don't go out like this, man. It was absolutely ridiculous to see that. And man, oh man. I wish him the best, man. He got to get that up. He got to cut that out, man. All right, I'm done with that. I've dropped the link in the chat, man, for y'all to come through, say y'all piece, and we gonna get up out of here. Let me get back to these comments, man. Miss Kip said it is part 1. It will be 3.5 hours. Good Lord. Michael Jackson movie, 3.5 hours. I'm pretty sure we're gonna sit through it. We definitely gonna sit through this. Because there's so much to reminisce about with Michael. Miss Kip says, bye, Marjorie. You helped the lie, supported the lie, loved the lie. Girl, bye. I agree. Absolutely. Oh, man. Okay. Dustin says, have a good night. Love you. Grateful. I will always be here for me. Love you. Love you too, brother. Appreciate you coming through tonight. Jay Starbright says good night. Night to Dustin. One of the tragedies that I know Dustin wanted to speak about tonight, that is ongoing right now, is news anchor host Savannah Guthrie. Savannah Guthrie. Mother has gone missing recently, and it's quite unfortunate situation. They found some disturbing things at her household over the weekend. And because no one has seen her since this past Saturday, there has been a lot of grave concerns about her whereabouts. And from today's show, I like to share their initial post about that. Good solid brother there, Craig Melvin, leaving this segment.
for us. Nancy Guthrie, Savannah's beloved mother, has been reported missing in Arizona.
Nancy, who is 84, was last seen Saturday night and reported missing on Sunday by family members.
Savannah saying in a statement, on behalf of our family, I want to thank everyone for the thoughts, prayers, and messages of support. Right now, our focus remains on the safe return of our dear mom. We thank law enforcement for their hard work on this case and encourage anyone with information to contact the Pima County Sheriff's Department at 520-351-4900.
In a news conference late last night, the Pima County Sheriff said multiple teams responded to the scene.
I had to reshare the link, by the way.
Very concerning to us. We don't typically get the sheriff out at a scene like this.
For those that need to come up, I shared the wrong link earlier. The correct link should be there now in the chat. Appreciate you guys staying with me. Hey, how you doing, man?
Not doing good. I'm not in a good place. I hope this gets solved soon. You know, I got Savannah's in my heart a lot. She's in my heart a lot. So I hope everything gets solved soon, because this is a hard thing for me to go through. But I can imagine how she feels about the whole situation. You know, I'm a big fan of Savannah. I'm a big fan of Today's Show. So I don't like to see the people that I know and love go through something like this. But as you guys know, I will always be here, and I will always. I'm on the case of solving this situation here. But as Tyrone has said, there's some things that have popped up. Some things are questionable. Still under investigation, but all we can do is pray, and hopefully we find her soon.
Absolutely.
Because it's I can only imagine the way that I am feeling right now tonight is not very good about the situation. Like I said, but I hope and pray. But you know, as days goes along, the more worried I get, because she's very elderly. She's 84 years old, and she's it's not like her to do something like this. So I think there was something. I think there were certain people that helped her, you know, got her out of her. But we don't know yet. So we're gonna my team and I are gonna stay on the case. I know Tyrone and I will stay on this case, and we will bring updates as we get them. But as you know, Savannah Guthrie did make a post on Instagram today. She had I don't know if Tyrone's seen it or not, but you can go find it.
I haven't seen her post. The last thing that I saw was there was an update from CNN.
I haven't had time to send the thing to you yet, but I'll send it over. But as you can imagine, I'm not doing very good right now. But I hate to see the people that I know and love go through something like this.
Absolutely, and to hear that their last time seeing her was when they were out as a family, visiting with her the Saturday night, and then to find out that she didn't go to church the next day, in such a tight-knit community, it brings up a lot of questions of the timeline. They left her about approximately like 9 p.m. Saturday night at home, and then from that time to the next day, 12 p.m. the next day on Sunday, they're like, this doesn't add up. The family doesn't have any enemies that they're known of or anything like that. And I know seeing Savannah over the years, even when she first came on the scene, she's always been a warm and gentle spirit. I wouldn't see or foresee anybody trying to come after her for that reason. Perhaps maybe it was something else. I'm only speculating because I don't know, and I do understand that the local authorities are being kind of quite coy with the information that they're presenting because they don't want the media to spin things completely based off of what they perceive it was. And we've already seen a little bit of that already with this story because there's been some misinformation.
Yes. I will say this for quick, Tyrone, if I can say this for quick. I like to say that my birthday is this month. So the only thing that I want for my birthday is to bring her home. My birthday is at the end of February. That's the only thing that I want. The only thing that I want to see is to bring Savannah Guthrie's mom back to home, and I want to see Savannah Guthrie back on the TV. But actually, I want to see her mom return safely into my birthday.
Absolutely. And our thoughts and prayers are with them. I feel like the answers that they've been seeking will come out this week, early part of next week, right after the Super Bowl. If not on Super Bowl night. And everyone would be able to move forward from that. That's my hopes and prayers that this won't last for months and months.
I hope so.
And I hope she returns home, in good mind and good health.
Another thing that I like to say about this situation is she's on critical medication, and from what I've been told so far, what I've been hearing so far, is she don't have her medication with her, so she can't survive without her medication. She has pacemaker, so it's critical that we get her home as soon as possible.
Right.
Because everybody is saying that she had some critical health conditions. So it's just what I've been hearing. So
definitely wanting that to be resolved as soon as possible. How's everything been in your neck of the woods?
Well, we were supposed to have a doctor, or I was supposed to go to the doctor today, but actually we were on the way going. We were actually on the way going there, but then my car, the van the vehicle that we have to transport the wheelchair broke down. So actually, I didn't make it to my doctor's. We didn't make it to the appointment.
Sorry to hear that, man.
We didn't make it there. So now we have to reschedule everything. So yeah, it's not good. Not good.
It will work out. The delay was for a reason, and I feel like everything will be better on the other side because of the delay. Like everything is going to fall in place more swift.
Thank you.
Man.
We don't know the reason for the delay, but we know there's a reason for one. So that's okay. We will move forward as we always do.
Miss Kim said, got his little wig knocked off. I'm so embarrassed. I'll be so embarrassed. Absolutely. It is nuts how he got his wig. Did you see that, Justin?
No, I didn't see that part.
The highlights of the fight where the boxer.
Oh, I seen the pictures. I seen the pictures of that. Yeah.
And
I seen the pictures of that.
I'm glad he's kind of laughing it off and making light of it. But in the moment, I know I was like, I would have been heated too.
Yeah.
That's something in such a heavy time of our lives. I'm glad to have something light like that to happen for us to kind of laugh a little bit at life. We got to keep laughing so we're not losing our minds.
Yeah, we gotta do something, lift us up, because we're living in a crazy time right now. We're living in a weird time. So the only thing that I can do right now is to lift me up, is to be here with Tyrone and my whole entire team. But as we go through these hard times, so this is what I lean on. That's who I lean on the most. I lean on my team. So like I said, I wouldn't be here without my team. I've said that plenty of times, and I will continue to say that in the future.
And we got you, man. Appreciate you coming up here tonight and discussing Savannah Gumphrey.
I don't think there's a lot. I don't mean to say this the wrong way, but I don't think there's a lot of people that is actually doing panels. I know there's a lot of people that's talking about it, but there's not a lot of people that's actually letting people have other people's opinions. So, Tyrone, I appreciate you for doing that as well.
Hey, man.
Always having panels on here, because I don't see a lot of that. But thank you very much.
I'm here for it, and I'm still tailoring the weekly dose with reality far as this show down to the perfect mix. I know there's no such thing as a perfect mix, but I'm trying to get a perfect mix going. And we'll have some fun, man.
In the weeks that you were playing the music, it was the best live that I enjoyed the music live that you did for the past 2 weeks.
Oh, man, I appreciate that.
I enjoyed that. So keep it up. But you're going to continue to grow. As you do, I will always be here.
Absolutely, man. Yeah. Well, I wish everyone a good night. And we're going to put a wrap on this one. And as we always say, man, we love y'all.
We love y'all. We love y'all. We're going to be here next week. Tyrone. I think Tyrone will be here next week. If I'm not mistaken.
I plan to be here, man.
Yeah, I plan to be here as well. So
let everybody know where they can follow you, man.
You can follow me on Facebook at Dustin Butler, and my Instagram is Dustin Butler 700. And I also do a 90 Day, if you want to say, with JoJo Speaks on Monday. So as you can follow me on there as well. So everything is the same, except for my Instagram. Instagram is Dustin Butler 700. So thanks to everybody for being here. I love you, Tyrone, so much.
Love you too, brother. And we out of here, man.
We out of here. We'll see you next week.
See y'all next week, man.
See you next week.
Ms. Kim said, I couldn't imagine if my mom was missing. God help whoever took Mama Guthrie. Absolutely.
Thank you, Miss Kim. And like I said earlier, please everybody to on this live. Please everybody help me with the investigation. If you see something, please send it to Tyrone or to me. But send it to Tyrone. Put it in the Discord, because I put it in the Discord. I think that's the quickest way to get it to Tyrone.
Yeah,
in the Discord or Instagram.
In the description of this video, if you stay with us this long, there is a Discord for the Veil Vibrations community, and you can drop things that you see on social media or comment with us about what we're throwing in the chat there. It's a open community to have the conversation that we're not able to have online. Join us.
And I want to say something else, Tyrone. I can feel the channel growing a lot bigger in 2026 and beyond. So I hope that happens for you, because you're going to go big places this year.
Thank you.
I hope that happens. I hope that happens, and I hope that when that happens, I hope that I'm a part of it, because I love to be here as well.
Amen, man. Definitely. God bless you all, and have a wonderful night.
Have a wonderful night. Love you all.
Peace.
Peace.